Hi, I'm Querpp. I'm going to teach you how to sidechain in Logic Pro X. I have two methods to show you. Number one, we're going to use compressors. Number two, we're going to use LFO tool. First way, say you have the synth here, and you have your drums here. A kick and a snare are going to be the things we want to sidechain, right? What we're going to do is we're going to go to our serum, and we're going to put a compressor on here, and we're going to go over here where it says sidechain. And then we're going to go to audio, and we're going to find our kick. And then what this is going to do is every time the kick hits, it's going to duck the audio. Now this is way too slow, so we're going to decrease attack down to 0. And so if we look at the graph here, it's ducking. That's like what we want. So let's go ahead and add another compressor, and we're going to set that to our snare. So now let's put similar settings and do that. So now we have two compressors. One is ducking for kick, one is ducking for snare. The problem with this method is now each track I have to go ahead and put two compressors on. And because I have two compressors on every track is being ducked, but it's also being compressed, and all the effects of the compressor, although minimal, are being added. So an improvement upon that is we go ahead and we take all of our synths and instruments, put them into a folding track. We'll go ahead and call this sidechain all caps. And what happens is these two synths, both of their outputs go into the sidechain summing track, also known as bus 1. So now we're going to introduce a trigger for our sidechain. So we're going to go ahead and create a new track, a MIDI software instrument, make sure that there's nothing on it, and we're going to set it to LFO tool by X for rec. And if you don't have LFO tool, you could also use Shaper Box to get the same effect. So we want to first draw in the shape of our sidechain. So what this is going to do is LFO tool is triggered, it's going to duck the volume, go back up, at least the shape. So first we need to make sure that that's out of volume. This one's all the way up at 100. Then we need to go over here, this is super important or it won't work. Click this twice, it'll turn into a blue music note and then to ENV note trig. And then the next thing we have to set up is we go to sidechain, bus 1, synth audio. And then we have to go to our sidechain channel and turn off the output. If you don't do that, then you have two outputs. You have the bus 1 and you have LFO tool sending both audios to the master. We don't want two of the same thing. Let's create the trigger. So it doesn't matter what note this is, it can be any note. Typically do C3, and then we can make this really small, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this at every kick and snare. So now what happens is we open up LFO tool, and we can see that the volume of the synth is being ducked. So let's turn off the drums and listen to that. So now the kick and the snare will cut through your mix, and they won't be getting in, or your synths and instruments won't be getting in the way. So hope that video helped.